This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Good morning, my Real News Media TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone an absolutely wonderful day. And in the news this morning for December 5, 2022, man dies after being hit by motor truck on Washington Boulevard. A man was killed on Sunday morning when he was reportedly hit by a motor truck on Washington Boulevard in St. Andrew. He has been identified as Trevor White. According to the police, the driver of a Ford motor truck was traveling westerly along the intersection of Washington Boulevard and Malines Road about 5:45 a.m. when he felt an impact to his vehicle. The driver subsequently pulled off the roadway and realized that he had hit an individual. The Duhaney Park police were called and the injured man was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. The driver was subsequently breathalyzed and the motor vehicle seized. He was also warned for prosecution. Investigation into the matter continues. Idonas mourns the loss of 9-year-old son. Dancehall DJ Idonas and his wife Kimberly Megan are mourning the loss of their 9-year-old son King Khalif Lawrence, who reportedly passed away from cancer on Saturday. The couple is said to be high school sweethearts. Up to press time on Sunday, the pair did not make an official statement. However, several of their colleagues in the local music fraternity expressed their condolence on social media. "My heart is breaking for you, Idonas and Kim," Shenzia tweeted on Saturday night. Music producer Scatter Burrell also poured out his heart in a post on Saturday night. "How do you process gaining everything you dreamt and worked tirelessly for, and then in one sweep you lose the most important person fashioned in your image? Sheldon, your loss is our loss. You're forever, fam, and the pain you feel, I can't even imagine how immensely devastated you must be," he wrote in an Instagram story. CEO of John Music Group Shelly and Kuran added, "My prayers and thoughts are with you, Idonas and his wife at this time." Beanie Man chimed in stating condolences to the Lawrence family, sending prayers and strength. Lisa Hyper contributed to the somber mood by posting a photo of the father and the son to her page with a caption, "God see and know I cannot feel your pain, and if I told you I know how you feel, I'll be lying. I'm so very sorry for your loss. The whole world knows how much you loved your son. He will be watching over you, and my condolences to you and your entire family." Grammy Award-winning artist Shaggy also shared a kind word. "My condolences to Idonas and his wife Kimberly, who lost their only child Khalif. My heart aches for their loss. It's unimaginable, the loss of a child, sending prayers." Born Sheldon Lawrence, Idonas emerged on the dancehall music scene in the early 2000s. Among his chart-topping hits are Run Road, Fiddy Jockey, Yeah Yeah Yeah, Tip on Your Toe, Breeze, and a Banger. Cabby charged for allegedly helping men who raped and robbed women. A corporate area taxi operator accused of helping 2 men rob and sexually assault 2 women at their home is to face the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court on Friday. 28-year-old Kemar McCarty, who is also a pig farmer, has been charged with aiding and abetting rape, robbery with aggravation, and aiding and abetting robbery with aggravation. McCarty's accomplices remain at large. The police say detectives continue to follow leads in the case. The incident happened on Tuesday, November 8th. The police report that about midday, McCarty and the 2 other men attacked the women at their home, robbed them, assaulted them, and then escaped. The police responded quickly to the reports and activated their vehicle tracking technology. The motor car was subsequently intercepted and McCarty was arrested. The police say follow-up operations were carried out at his home, where the stolen items were allegedly recovered. After being interviewed in the presence of his attorney, he was later charged. Chef perishes in St. Anne house fire. A St. Anne chef died in an early morning fire at his home yesterday. He has been identified as Kevin Hutchinson, 34, of Orange Hill, Brownstown, St. Anne. According to reports, shortly after 4 yesterday morning, fire was seen coming from Mr. Hutchinson's home. The fire department was alerted. Assistant Superintendent of the St. Anne Fire Department, Richard Stevens, said 2 units responded. Following cooling down operations, firefighters noticed a charred body in a bed. It was later identified as that of Hutchinson. Mayberry boss Christopher Berry injured in highway crash. Mayberry boss Christopher Berry was yesterday injured in a crash along a section of the North-South Highway. Sources confirming the incident say that Berry is undergoing a series of scans to assess the extent of his injuries. The sources indicate that Berry does not appear to be seriously hurt, but medical personnel are acting out of an abundance of caution. It is reported that Berry was driving his Porsche 911 GT3 on the highway, proceeding in a northerly direction when on reaching a section of the roadway, which was wet, he lost the control of his vehicle, ending up in a ditch. At least 2 of the car's airbags were deployed, but the damage did not appear to be extensive, according to reports. Berry was rushed to a medical facility to undergo tests and treatment. Company defends investigation amid handcuffing claim by security guard. Security firm King Alarm Systems Limited has been accused by a former guard of using aggressive detention tactics, including the use of handcuffs, in an industrial relations hearing, but the company has defended its investigative practices as legitimate. Mario McFarlane, who was employed to the company for approximately a year and a half, told the news Sunday that he and another male guard were reported to supervisors about a missing cell phone. However, when McFarlane's supervisors called him into work after the November 15 incident, he was allegedly taken into a room and handcuffed to a chair as he underwent a questioning and was deemed uncooperative. He alleged that the supervisors were aware that the phone in question had already been recovered. Basically, they were trying to solve a hearing and they were trying to investigate on their behalf what took place on the location, McFarlane said, noting that the phone that was reported stolen was later found the same day. They were not getting any form of information from me because I told them that I am sticking to my police report, and the result was that they are not getting through to me. A manager handcuffed me to a chair. Based on that, McFarlane told the news. He said that he was going to hand me over to the police, but no police at all didn't come. They were trying to use an intimidation method, he said, of the alleged use of handcuffs. McFarlane later stated that before their release, the men were instructed to turn the palms of their hands towards the camera located in the room so that any bruises would have been captured. Noting that investigations are ongoing, Andrew Graham, general manager at King Alarm, said that he was unaware of the use of handcuffs on the men or that they were detained while being questioned. Graham defended the company's investigative methods, adding that officials were not precluded from asking employees to submit to polygraph tests in the event of a similar incident. He said the measures were undertaken to support the investigation and to safeguard King Alarm's integrity. Importantly, persons cannot be forced to do a polygraph test, and whomever is being tested would have to consent to same. Polygraph testing involving our staff would be carried out by an external third party to maintain full transparency, as in many instances the results of such testing would be provided to our client, he said. Dismissing the claim of illegal detention, Graham said that security officers had the same right as a private citizen to hold on to the suspect temporarily. Once there is sufficient grounds for detention, an individual may be legally detained pending the arrival of the police, he said. I do not know of any breach in our protocols which took place in relation to this incident, although I am not yet in position to have reviewed all the files. That said, I am aware that 2 of our security guards were spoken to in the presence of the police in relation to a missing phone which was found in an area that at least one of them would have been able to access, Graham said. The general manager said that the guards were asked to provide written reports, and both were subsequently asked to undergo polygraph tests as their statements were deemed to have been inconsistent. Both guards reportedly initially agreed to submit to the polygraphs, but only one turned up on the day of the test, he said. The results of the test from the officer who underwent the polygraph suggested that his account was truthful, and he has subsequently been returned to active duty, Graham said. The other guard, he said, has not been able to be reached and failed to turn up for the polygraph. McFarlane told the news that he has not reported back to work because of the mistreatment allegations. He also labeled the accusations against him false. He said that his company identification card was taken from him and that he refused to take the polygraph test. Graham said that King Alarm takes its role of protecting life and property seriously. The integrity of our team members is critical, and we will continue to utilize all legal mechanisms to aid us in both our internal and external investigations, Graham said. The rights of our staff will always be respected, as will due process in all internal investigations involving any member of our team. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.